Hello, everyone. This is Beverly Black, and this is Real Talk Wednesday. So come on in the room. Come on. Get your drink together. Sit back and relax. You can sit there on the sofa. It's all kind of room on the sofa. So come on in here and join me and listen as we chit-chat and go down memory lane. If some of you who are here for the first time, please go ahead and subscribe and become a part of our family, because we ain't playing over here. Let me get this little camera together. Okay. Today for Real Talk, we're going to cover a few different subjects. But the first one that comes to mind, I remember as a young girl, I don't know, and some people still probably do it today. All the soap, when the soap get down to itty bitty, little bitty pieces, Mama had a jar that she kept in the bathroom. And when your soap got down real little like that, you had to put that little piece of soap in that jar, because they didn't waste nothing. Nothing did they waste. So you put that soap in that little jar. And when that jar got full, Mama would put a little water in there with it, just a little bit. But when that jar got full, she would make soap out of it. She would make bars of soap out of that. And they would be a rainbow of colors. They could be a rainbow of colors, but she made soap out of that. And do you remember going visiting your friends and neighbors, and you go in the house, and the way it was where I was at anyway, a lot of the houses didn't have hallways. You just go from one room to the next room like that. So at this particular house, you go from the kitchen to the bedroom. When you walk out of their kitchen, you were in the bedroom. And on the bedpost be all kinds of gum, where when they went to bed that night, they took the gum out of their mouth and put it back on the bed. Like laying it up here, put it up here. In the morning, you pick which one you want to chew for the day. Jesus Christ. The stuff, I never did it, but I sure saw people that did it. And that was the norm. It was the norm. I went in so many houses that I visited in as a child and seen gum back on the bed, behind, on the bed, on bedpost, whatever you want to call it. And that just got me. But that was part of my childhood. So I'm putting it in there. But then, did you have a Tastee Freez? Do y'all remember Tastee Freez? We had that swirling ice cream. It was the first time I ever seen ice cream come out of, and back then that was the best ice cream. And their hot dogs and hamburgers, that's when I fell in love with hot dogs, was at Tastee Freez. Would sneak up to Tastee Freez when I could, going with some friends and stuff, going to places I had no business going. Because Daddy didn't have no car. So I had to go with somebody else when I went to Tastee Freez. So Tastee Freez was a treat. But Tastee Freez, I looked up about Tastee Freez because I liked it so much. But I didn't realize that they started in 1950 in Joliet, Illinois, Tastee Freez. And see, I live here in Tennessee. And in the Knoxville area, there is still two Tastee Freez. It was a fast food restaurant that specialized in soft ice cream. Oh, I can taste that ice cream now. Ice cream now don't taste like it did from Tastee Freez back in them days when you used to go by there. Ooh, and those hot dogs with that chili on it, they don't even make chili like that anymore. I don't know what they did to that chili. But those tastes that you get as a child, it's hard to get those tastes, to find that same exact taste, because I'm still looking for this cookie that my stepmother used to make during the holiday time. And she would save they use Maxwell House coffee. You know, it came in them round tins. She would save those tins and put these cookies in them. And she would put them in the deep freezer. Well, she would make these cookies. I don't know what, I think it had fig in them. They were dark. I remember that, but they were the best cookies. And every holiday, I wish I had Anna's recipe for those cookies. And see, during the Christmas holidays, sometimes they would have a dinner. My father was a deacon. So they would invite the deacons in the church and their spouses, and they would come and have dinner. And that's when Anna would bring out her fine china. Other than that, it stayed in the china cabinet. You couldn't touch it. And they would have these little bitty glasses, and they would put a little bit of wine, and it wasn't even 2 sips in it. As I think about it, it wasn't even 2 sips. But they would take that, and they were like them little burgundy glasses, them little bitty glasses. That table would be set up beautifully, beautifully. But they would get those little fancy cookies that I kept eyeing and seeing in the deep freeze. And I only got one. Those were the best cookies because she was making them for that special party. That special party with the deacons. But that was all right. That was all right. The things you learn as a child when you think back on these memories. And one more, and I won't hold you much longer, but that in our little community, we have this store named Eli Grocery Store. Everybody in that little community will go to that store. Well, Eli sold a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit more. Anything you about need, it was at that little store. So they sold pig feet, chitlins, all that kind of stuff. Cooked. You could get a whole little meal. Well, we ate chitlins all year round. And when I came to Tennessee, in the summertime, people here don't eat chitlins. They didn't eat. They said it's too hot for chitlins. It's too hot. You don't eat chitlins when it's hot. So, in where I grew up at, we ate chitlins all year round. There wasn't no certain time you did and you didn't eat chitlins. You just ate chitlins when you want. You can go down to the market and get you a chitlin dinner. But that's how different region does different things. And I was thinking about that. Right now, I haven't had a chitlin in years. Don't even have the taste for it. But when I was young, I loved it. I loved those chitlins. I used to clean those chitlins, so I know how you clean them. Used to, have that running water go down to the river, and I ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, those were some fun memories. And I so enjoyed lovingly sharing it with you today, my family and friends. Thank you so much for stopping by for Real Talk. And we will have another session next Wednesday for Real Talk. Everyone be blessed and prosperous. But remember, I love you, but God loves you more. Why? Because you are His masterpiece. And our God does not make any junk. Be blessed, my loves.
Getting ready for my miracle. Getting ready for greatness. Getting ready for my heart's desire. I'm growing into a flower and glamorous. Getting ready for my miracle. Getting ready for greatness. Getting ready for my heart's desire. I'm growing into a flower and glamorous.